Hey everybody, we have paddled upstream in the Gunpowder River all the way to a Falls Road bridge. Now I say a Falls Road because there's a big Falls Road around here, and this Falls Road is not that Falls Road. It's just a small country road, but there's a little iron bridge that goes over it, and we've paddled almost all the way up to it. So I'm going to put you in situ, and we're going to paddle back downstream to where I parked. And as we paddle out into the current, you'll first be able to see the bridge and why we can't go any further, and then we'll get ourselves turned around. And we'll start paddling on back down. Now, it's kind of small. I don't know if it'll come out on camera, but if you see that big rock that's kind of laying on its side in front of us, look in the middle of that and see if you can't see that giant hornet's nest. It's about the size of a softball sitting right in the middle of that big rock. I noticed that as I was paddling past, and I decided not to park over here, but park where we just were. So here's a look at why we can't go any further upstream. And that is also the Falls Road Bridge. So let us get turned around. And we'll have a nice paddle on back down. Now I'm not going to do the lazy, let the current drag me kind of paddle. We're actually going to make some time. A little bit of sprinkles starting, and I don't know if we've got any more rain coming through this afternoon or not, but I don't want to be in any more rain than I'm already in at the moment. Ooh, let's see if we can get over that. I know you can't see down into the water, but there are trout everywhere this far upstream. So that Falls Road Bridge was the last sort of stopping point on the river before we would get to the Pretty Boy Dam. If we kept paddling upstream, we can't really, but if we had kept paddling upstream, it gets much more vigorous and much colder, and you go about 2 miles upstream and there's the Pretty Boy Dam. So all this water is water that's been let out of the bottom of the dam, and it's very cold. I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's a little bit of a haze or a fog over the water. That is actually fog. It's from the really, really cold water and the humid air. You can actually see my breath, little puffs of cold air blowing by. It's refreshing, believe me. It's a warm, muggy day out here. Whenever I come on one of these paddles where I start out by paddling upstream and then turn around and paddle back down, it always reminds me of riding sleds when I was a kid. You always had to drag the thing all the way to the top of the hill, but once you got there, the reward was you got to ride it back down. This isn't quite the same, but similar principle. There's definitely some exercise getting the kayak from where I parked all the way up to where we started, but the ride back down sure is pleasant. There's one stretch where I have to walk along and just drag the kayak behind me. I could probably put it back in at one point, but then I'd probably have to get back out 100 feet further on, so I just drag it behind me the whole stretch of the way, and it's few hundred yards probably, or a few hundred feet probably. But it's not bad. And if you can hear that crazy bird, see it flying right over the middle of the river, that's a kingfisher. There goes another one. We're going to paddle straight underneath of him. We'll see if he flies away again. Well, now I flew back upstream, but he did fly away. All this fog down here where the water's moving really fast ought to be refreshing. I can already feel the temperature dropping as we're starting to paddle into it. Alright, we might do a little bumping and scraping through here. This is one of the areas I had to get out and walk past. I might be able to get through it on the far right hand side here. Hopefully we won't ground out halfway through. Well, I guess we're going to find out. Gotta have my coffee cup sitting up on the deck there. Alright, that was a little easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were really going to be scraping the bottom through there. Should have gone in through the left side of the channel there. That's the way I paddled up. Should have gone back down the way we came in, but we made it through. Oh, we didn't make it past that one. There we go. Gave us a nice little sightseeing 360. Oh, sorry. We hit that so hard it got you all knocked out of whack. Alright, there was a guy fly fishing down here a little while ago when we came up. I don't know if he's still going to be there or not. Now, that's another area I walked through, so I don't know how easy it's going to be to paddle through. Think we can make it. All right. Saw that one coming. actually portaged all the way around this whole bend. This is where the guy was fishing. So I got out down here below these rapids and I walked all the way up to above the rapids we just started down through. So I haven't paddled through any of this. I'm not sure where I need to go through here. It looks like right dead center through the middle. And then we should probably be fine. Oh yeah. And believe it or not, I paddled up through this. And you probably can't see it through the fog, but there's the bridge we parked at. So we're almost out of here. I'm having a hard time picking my line. I can't see where I need to go. Oh, there's that guy fishing up there in the fog. I can hardly see him. Alright, with the way the water slaps around so much underneath of the hollow parts of the kayak, I don't feel like I need a foghorn, but otherwise it's getting difficult to see where I'm going. I know there's some people up ahead of us in the water. I can see them. I don't know if they're fishing or swimming. When we put in, there was a whole family. It looked like a daycare. There was about 50 kids running around. They had little kayaks and floats and tubes. This is a couple of guys fishing. It's weird. It looks like they're walking around in chest-deep water, but it's just the fog. All right, everybody. This is the end of the line. And this is where we get out. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.